President Trump just proposed a $500 increase for millions of Social Security recipients. But who qualifies, and when could this money hit your account? With inflation continuing to squeeze retirement budgets, this could be the relief many seniors have been waiting for. In this video, you'll discover exactly how Trump's 7 new Social Security proposals could impact your monthly benefits, learn the updated payment schedule you need to mark on your calendar, and understand the serious risks of the new digital Social Security card system that could put your identity at risk. Stay with us until the end for crucial protection strategies every beneficiary needs to know. Welcome to Financial Area, your trusted source for Social Security and retirement news. If you find this information helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to stay informed about changes that could affect your financial future. Let's dive right into what Social Security recipients are currently receiving before we explore the proposed increases. Right now, the maximum Social Security benefit ranges significantly based on when you claim. If you retire early at 62, the maximum you can receive is $2,710 per month. For those who wait until full retirement age, which is 67 for many Americans today, that maximum jumps to $3,822. And for beneficiaries who delayed benefits until age 70, the maximum monthly check can reach an impressive $5,518. But here's the reality check. These are the maximum amounts. The average Social Security recipient is only getting about $1,925 per month, which comes out to just over $23,000 per year. With rising costs of healthcare, housing, and everyday essentials, many seniors are finding this amount simply doesn't stretch far enough. That's why these proposed increases are generating so much attention. Now, let's make sure you know exactly when your benefits will arrive this month. Social Security payments are distributed according to your birth date. If your birthday falls between the 1st and 10th of any month, expect your payment on the second Wednesday, which is May 8th this month. For those born between the 11th and 20th, your payment will arrive on the third Wednesday, May 15th. And if your birthday is between the 21st and 31st, look for your payment on the fourth Wednesday, May 22nd. For Supplemental Security Income, or SSI recipients, there's important news. Your payment is being sent out early because the usual payment date falls on a weekend. Instead of waiting, you should have received your payment on April 26th. If you haven't seen this payment hit your account yet, it's worth contacting the Social Security Administration immediately. While we're discussing current operations, let's address a significant issue affecting many beneficiaries: overpayment collections. Last year, the Trump administration initially planned to increase collections on overpayments to 100%, which would have meant some beneficiaries would temporarily lose their entire monthly check to repay past overpayments. After considerable public outcry, this policy was revised. Now, collections are limited to 50% for overpayments identified after March 2022. However, this still represents a substantial burden for seniors living on fixed incomes, with many reporting severe financial hardship even at the reduced collection rate. This brings us to President Trump's proposed reforms, which could dramatically change the landscape for Social Security recipients. The most talked about proposal is a potential $500 annual increase for all beneficiaries. This would represent one of the largest discretionary increases in recent history, separate from the standard cost of living adjustments. According to preliminary details, this increase would be phased in over 2 years, with the first $250 increase potentially beginning in early 2026, followed by another $250 the following year. The proposal is designed specifically to help offset the effects of inflation that have eroded purchasing power for retirees. For someone receiving the average monthly benefit of $1,925, this would represent a meaningful boost of approximately 2.2% above normal cost of living adjustments. While it might not sound revolutionary, for seniors on extremely tight budgets, an extra $500 per year could cover a month of groceries or several prescriptions. Eligibility for this increase would extend to all current Social Security recipients, including retirement, disability, and survivor beneficiaries. However, the implementation timeline remains dependent on congressional approval, which means advocacy and awareness around these proposals could influence whether they become reality. Perhaps even more significant for lower-income seniors is Trump's proposed new minimum benefit plan. This plan aims to establish a new floor for Social Security payments to ensure that lifetime workers don't retire into poverty. Under the proposal, anyone who has worked for 30 years or more would be guaranteed a minimum benefit that's at least 125% of the federal poverty level. In practical terms, this could mean a minimum Social Security check of approximately $1,800 per month for qualifying recipients, which would represent a substantial increase for many low-wage workers. The calculation would be based on a complex formula that considers years worked and average indexed monthly earnings. But the bottom line is clear. Long-term workers would be protected from poverty in retirement. These two benefit increases are part of a broader package of 7 proposals under consideration. Another key component addresses the looming Social Security Trust Fund shortfall. Without intervention, the trust fund is projected to be depleted by the early to mid-2030s, which could result in across-the-board benefit cuts of approximately 20% for all recipients. To prevent this crisis, the administration is considering elements of the Social Security Expansion Act, which would remove the cap on payroll taxes for high-income earners. Currently, income above $168,600 is not subject to Social Security taxes. By removing this cap for those earning above $250,000, significant additional revenue would flow into the system, potentially securing its solvency for decades to come. This approach would affect approximately 7% of wage earners while helping to stabilize benefits for all recipients. While these financial proposals offer hope, there's another significant change happening that demands attention. The Social Security Administration is transitioning to digital Social Security cards, moving away from the traditional physical cards that Americans have carried for generations. This shift toward digitization is raising serious concerns about identity theft and fraud, particularly for the senior population. Under the new system, your Social Security number and associated information will be accessible through an online portal. While the SSA insists this will improve convenience and reduce the risk of physical card theft, cybersecurity experts are sounding alarm bells about the potential vulnerabilities. Digital systems, no matter how well secured, present attractive targets for sophisticated hackers. For seniors who grew up in an analog world, navigating these digital security challenges can be particularly daunting. Recent studies show that Americans over 65 lose approximately $3 billion annually to financial fraud, and this figure could potentially increase as critical identifying information moves online. And according to the National Council on Aging, seniors are targeted for identity theft at twice the rate of the general population, making this digital transition especially concerning for Social Security beneficiaries. Experts are particularly worried about phishing attempts that might increase as scammers pretend to be from the Social Security Administration, asking seniors to verify information for their new digital cards. These scams could become more convincing and harder to identify as the legitimate transition occurs. The vulnerability is compounded by digital literacy challenges. Approximately 38% of seniors report low confidence in their ability to use digital tools safely, and about 27% don't use the internet regularly at all. This creates a perfect storm where the population most dependent on Social Security benefits may also be the least equipped to protect their digital information. So, what can beneficiaries do to protect themselves during this transition? First, remember that the Social Security Administration will never call, email, or text asking for your Social Security number. Any communication requesting this information should be treated as suspicious. Second, enable two-factor authentication on all accounts related to your benefits. This creates an additional layer of security beyond just a password. Third, consider setting up a My Social Security account proactively, even if you prefer managing benefits offline. This prevents scammers from creating an account in your name. And finally, regularly monitor your benefit payments and account activity. Early detection of fraud is crucial to minimizing its impact. For those concerned about these changes or needing assistance with the digital transition, the Administration on Aging offers free technology training specifically designed for seniors. Local senior centers often provide one-on-one help with navigating online systems securely. Beyond these individual protection strategies, there's a broader legislative push to address Social Security's future. Several bills are currently under consideration alongside the administration's proposals. The Social Security 2100 Act, for instance, would implement many of the funding reforms mentioned earlier while also establishing improved cost of living calculations that better reflect senior spending patterns, particularly on healthcare. Another bill, the Social Security Fairness Act, aims to eliminate the windfall elimination provision and government pension offset, which currently reduce benefits for certain public sector workers. This could restore thousands of dollars annually to affected retirees, many of whom worked in education, law enforcement, or other public service roles. As these proposals and transitions unfold, staying informed becomes increasingly important. The changes to Social Security over the next few years could significantly impact the financial security of more than 70 million Americans who receive benefits. Whether it's the potential $500 increase, the new minimum benefit plan, or the shift to digital cards, these developments warrant close attention. Remember to mark your calendar with your payment dates based on your birth date group. If you're concerned about the digital transition, take proactive steps to secure your information and consider reaching out to local resources for assistance. And if you support any of the proposed benefit increases or reforms, consider contacting your representatives to voice your opinion. We'll continue monitoring these developments closely and bringing you the latest updates as they occur. If you found this information valuable, please hit the like button and subscribe to Financial Area for regular updates on Social Security, retirement planning, and financial security for seniors. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video with more critical information to help secure your financial future.